Hi, due to some small technical difficulties, I had to record over my video because I lost my microphone. So there might be some things that seem a little bit out of sync, but I think I covered everything pretty well. And so here's the video. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back to Lag Demon Programming. We're going to continue on with our compiler-based game. The first thing that we are going to do is update some things so that we can get that start room taken care of. So what we want to do is beginning, but with going and put it into our file here, our dungeon file, how we want it. And I think I'm just going to use start and give the room name. So we'll put start lobby. Of course, we could use a different start name. If we wanted to. What are some of the other rooms here? We could use torture chamber. So if we come up here and change this to torture chamber, that'll be our start room. For now, anyway. We can move it back to lobby later, just for testing. Now, if we run this now and compile it, I'm not in the right directory. Here we go, build. If we run it now, we get an error. So it's not able to compile that. It doesn't recognize it. So let's go put the necessary keywords in and set that up so that it compiles properly. And so the first thing that we want to do is go in here to our Lexer. And I see that in the Lexer we're using this is our command. This is our dungeon game. Okay, here we go. So we want to put in start is the keyword. And we just want to return that keyword. Start. There we go. Okay. Now we'll go back to our parser, and we need to add the token in, and we'll just call it start. And then down here, as one of the dungeon items that can be here, we'll have the keyword start. Followed by an ident, and then what we'll do is we'll want to set the start room. So we need to figure out what that exactly is going to be and how we're going to set the start room. So what we can do is come right up here and just create a static variable for it. There should only be one of them, right? In fact, we could even put in error checks, but for now, we'll just do this. We'll create a string that is the start room, and we'll come down here, and when we get that command, we'll just set it. Start room equals, in this case, $2. Oh, I got an extra curly brace here. Okay, there we go. And see if that builds. Everything looks good. Okay, and now at least it compiles. So it recognized it, but we're not doing anything with it yet. But the compiler did recognize the start ident command in there. So now what do we need to do? Well, we need to take a look at our dungeon, and we need to add that start room to the actual dungeon, so the dungeon knows where the player is supposed to start. So here's the start room, and then we will add that in to the constructor as a string. And then, of course, we will initialize the start room from the constructor. So there we go. And then we want to be able to get it. So we'll create a little get start room function here and just simply return the start room. And there we go. So now, it's going to be start room, not star room. Here we go, start room and start room. There we go. So that's all good. Do a quick compile. Make sure everything's good. Oops. What did it not like? Oh yeah, we got to pass it in. Okay, so what we got to do is pass in the start room when we create the dungeon. So we should be able to make it now. And there we go. It builds. So now we can run it, but you see we're still not, it's in there, but we're not doing anything with it yet. So let's go back to main. And down here where we set the start room as lobby, all we need to do is go to our dungeon, our context.dungeon pointer, get start room. Do a make and run it and bill, and there you see the start room is the torture chamber. So there we go. The start room's taken care of, and it's no longer hard coded in. It's whatever the actual dungeon creation file tells it to be is now the start room. So the next thing we want to do here is make ourselves some commands to actually move around in the dungeon. So this is our command Lexer file. So we want a command, let's call it go, and we'll just make it go. And we'll come down here, and right after info we'll put in go, and we'll just return T_go will be our token. So back in the parser file here, we need to add our go token. Oh, yeah. T_go in this parser file. This is the parser file for our command language. And we'll just create a command, tgo ident. And now we've got to create a node for this command. So let's go over here to to our AST, our abstract syntax tree, which at this point isn't much of a tree, but we'll work on some commands at some point in time that kind of combine together, allow you to combine certain kinds of commands together, in which case it will create a tree of sorts. So here's our go command. I'm just going to grab these two functions here and paste them in, and we'll just clear this out. That doesn't need to be changed. Get rid of all this. So what do we need to do here? Well, we're going to need to find we need the command for one thing. We need the identifier of the room to be passed into here. But we need to find the room, and so it's going to be context.player .dungeon pointer find room, and then we've got to get the player current room. So the purpose of this is get that current room, the room we're in, to find out if the room we want to go to is a valid room or not. It's got to be one of the rooms that can exit from here, and so we can get the exits, they're called, in the case of what's listed in a room, are the exits to other rooms, and we can loop through those and look for the appropriate room. And we'll come back and we'll set up the constructor in a minute so that we can pass in the room. But here's how we would loop through those rooms and look for the appropriate room. And now we have to look to see if the exit equals what is it going to equal? Well, that's where we need our constructor. So we'll create a constructor up here, and actually this whole area here needs to be public. Okay, and then we need a constructor where we can pass in the actual room that came from the identifier that was placed on that. So this will be a standard string, and we'll just call it room ID. And we'll come up here and we'll go protected in case we want to create different kinds of commands from it. We'll have an underscore room ID. I have a little trouble typing room ID, and we'll go room ID and initialize it to room ID. And we're all set. And we can come down here then and check this exit against room ID. And if it finds the room ID among the exits, what do we need to do? Well, all we need to do is take the player and set the room. That's it, to the appropriate room, and you're moved. You're in that new room. But you'll only be in there if the current room you're in has an exit by that name. It'll only do it. So we just do context dot player pointer set current room exit, and that's it. Now we do need to go over we can do an else. No, we don't want to do an else. What we're going to do is return, because we're finished there. Otherwise, if it couldn't find the exit, we can just print out a simple error message here, and we'll just inform the user that exit to room and the room ID is not available from this room. There we go. That's good. Okay. Now we need to go back to our parser.y, and we need to create that node. So we'll just go nodes.pushback, new, go, command go, and we'll pass in $2. And for some reason it doesn't like that. Very strange. For some reason it doesn't like ident command $2. Command has no declared type. Command $2 of command has no declared type. Okay. We have to have the ident. Why doesn't ident? I guess we've never used ident in the command structure before, so we didn't set it up here. Now, let me see. Huh. That's a little bit odd. I could have sworn that we used an ident. Well, for one thing, I see that, okay. Now that looks all okay. I don't see a problem there. Ident. Okay, yeah, we haven't used ident before. and we're not even returning it correctly. We have to have a place to return that to, that identifier to. So what we have to do is go, well, let's go over back over to our parser. Let's create the data type, standard, no, we can't do that. Character pointer, we'll call it ident, and then ident, let me see here, ident, oh, yeah. So we just need to make this ident be an ident type. That'll fix that error. And then over here, we have to say command lval dot ident equals YY_text. So we can grab that identifier into our text box, or a text piece there for in the union. So I'm going to try to make this now. Node is not accessible. Oh, all right. I think I know what's going on here. Command needs to be public command. All right, this should compile now, hopefully. Yeah, this should compile. Okay, make. Yeah, it looks like it compiled. Okay, and we can run it. Type in our name. There, we're in the torture chamber, and we say go lobby, and it doesn't like it. Exit to lobby is not available from this room. What do we have available from this room? I must not have connected the lobby to the room. Let's try info. Exits our torture chamber or cell block. Well, let's try go cell block. And it doesn't like it. I think I know why, because it says cell, so it's not picking up. Let's quit this. Go back to our Lexer and our ident up here. And ident is A to Z 0 to 9. It needs to have an underscore in there, so identifiers can have an underscore. And we'll do a make. And so built. And now let's try go cell block. And there we are. We're in the cell block. So we move to the new room and we do info, and we're in the cell block. All the information seems to be correct. It's picking up where we're at. So there we go. We're dungeon crawling. We're moving. We moved from one to another. Now if we go torture chamber, and there we went back to the torture chamber. Okay, so that's working. Now we can probably update some things and adjust some things in our actual file. And yeah, we can put so this is going, torture chamber goes to cell block. We can add lobby into here, and cell block shouldn't go to cell block. Cell block, we should be able to go back to the lobby. There we go. Now let's run it again. Name. There we go. We're in the torture chamber. See, go lobby. There we are. We're in the lobby. info. The main lobby. This is the lobby. There we go. Go cell block. There we are. We're in the cell block. Info. And go lobby. There we go. All right, it's working. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.